This is my Signature, Reverend, developed by Joe Naylor with some input by myself. Joe made special pickups for me based on his, I can't remember what the name of his original pickup was, but he did a modification for me. And then this guitar is chambered because it gets a little bit of this, it's hard to explain, but I like a guitar that has a little bit of a, it's like almost if you took a wah pedal and you kind of found a sweet spot. So all the guitars I like tend to have a little bit of, I call it a cuff, like a honk. And yeah, great instrument. I'm playing a lot of stuff, and it covers everything I need for pumpkins. People think I'm a bit goofy, but I do think paint color actually changes the sound of a guitar. So I found through the years that certain paints sound different. So in this case, the white guitar, the white Reverend, I think sounds better. I have a couple other ones, but this one seems to sound the best. A lot of the Mellon, Collie, Adore material was done in E flat, which I stole from Jimi Hendrix. E flat bass tuning, so everything's down a half step. So this for years has been my live guitar for playing E flat tuning. It has the signature pickups I did with DiMarzio in it, so it's not the original pickups, which actually sounded pretty good too. Yeah, it's like a mid to late 70s Fender. It's very heavy, this guitar, which I think is why it sounds good for E flat. And I always like hardtail pieces, fixed. This guitar has more punch. We have this, the Signature Yamaha Acoustic, which has been specially painted for the tour. They've only made 4 of these. So I'm very excited, love the design. And this has been my live acoustic guitar now for years. I think going back about 4 years. Great, great build. Love this guitar and highly recommend for all musicians. Well, the thing that Yamaha got right and was always a source of consternation for me as a live musician was you'd get these guitars and have a bunch of switches and mid cuts, and you would constantly be jerking around with your sound. And the reason you were constantly jerking around with your sound is it just didn't sound good. Shockingly, this guitar has no volume, no controls, nothing. You plug it in, it sounds good. Don't ask me why, it just does. Whoever was the designer on this guitar got it right. The only modifications I've made that are significant were adding these brass pegs in the back. I would say it improves the sound of the guitar about 10%, which may not sound like a lot, but when you're playing guitar live, particularly in very big places, every little bit counts to get a sound that's not only pleasant, but also is musical. Because we're a band that's so reactive, we need to be able to hear those tones and harmonics to be able to play with one another in a way that is actually something that would register in the audience as music and not just 5 people playing, the song in their head.